So what's the big secret with algo trading equity curves that really nobody wants to talk about? I'm champion trader Kevin Davey, and today I'm going to talk about it. So let's get started. So today I'm going to delve into a real life algo equity curve and give you some insight on something to look for that most people kind of dismiss or overlook. And the idea is by seeing a real strategy, you'll understand why this is so important. So this is an equity curve of a crude oil strategy that I give out to everybody who signs up at my website. And you can see the area in white was when I developed the strategy, and the area in blue is everything since that point. So it's real-time performance. So it's done pretty good. But you notice it's had some ups and downs. And that's where the importance of looking at an equity curve lies, okay? The ups and especially the downs are what are going to get you into trouble, and nobody really likes to talk about that. Hopefully you see in that equity curve that equity curves are noisy. They're never a straight line where you never have drawdowns. I mean, if you see an equity curve like that, you can pretty much assume that it is fake or somebody overfit data or something like that. Real life equity curves are noisy. And the drawdowns, hey, they're to be expected. And they can be painful. Not only in dollar amount. A lot of people think, oh, hey, as long as the dollar amount's okay, but the time is also important. You know, it's hard to be in a strategy. It's been in a drawdown for month after month after month. It just makes it hard to trade. And you can see that in the equity curve, but most people don't want to talk about it. And the biggest thing with all this is you see it after the fact where maybe the end result isn't always certain. And that's the real key I'm going to talk about right now, is that end result. So here's an example. This is an ES strategy. And let's just say after trade 400, you've developed the strategy. Maybe you've watched it live for a while, which is what I recommend. And at that red arrow, you decide, hey, I'm going to start trading this live. Pretty good idea, right? I mean, it looks pretty good. So you start trading live at around trade 400. And then let's say this happens. So for the next 100 trades, you basically break even. Yeah, you made some new equity highs along the way, but then you were hit with some drawdowns. So you went through 100 trades of nothing, right? All that trading for zip. Would you actually still be able to trade that strategy? Most people would not. They would not be able to. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, it's gone 100 trades without doing anything. You could say, well, this used to be a good strategy. Look at the first 400 trades. But these last 100, this strategy should be put away, should be thrown away. Now, it didn't break in the sense that the equity curve just plummeted, but it did go flat. So, you know, a lot of people would say, hey, I'm just going to throw it away. Well, let's keep going. And look, trade 500 on, you would have been a hero had you traded it. Okay? And so my point here is you can see this after the fact. If you saw this final equity curve, you'd say, okay, I can probably trade it. But let's say you started at 400, you probably would have quit before trade 500. So you never would have gotten that last nice run up. And that's what most people who show equity curves and talk about equity curves, they don't talk about what the end result is. You know, you see the end result, but you don't really feel what it's like to go on that path. And I'll tell you, being able to trade this for 100 trades where it's basically break even, That takes a lot of confidence in what you're doing and a lot of courage. Most people couldn't do it. So they would have missed out on that upswing from trade 500, which was pretty significant. Anyhow, I wanted to show you that equity curve because I think that's a really important factor to know about, that you've got to be able to look at the equity curve and feel what it was like along the way. And most people don't talk about that. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Would you have traded at trade 400? Be honest. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey. Have a great day.